Okay. Is anybody listening to the stream?
Not currently, but I can.
Would you?
Actually, hold on. I'll do it and I'll turn off the mic for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 sec, guys. Don't do it, Brianna, because we'll get an echo from you. Just a sec.
Okay. It's a little loud, I think, the music.
Okay, I can hardly hear the music here. It's not too loud, it's fine.
Okay.
And yes, the mic's live.
And you can hear me with the music playing and everything.
No, well. But yes.
Okay. But you can't hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that means that we gotta turn up the volume on the mic, or the gain on the microphone.
Why?
Because you can't hear us with the music.
You don't have to. The music is supposed to be like looping and stuff.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to hear us over the sound effects either.
How are we doing there, Warlock? Do we, how loudly can you hear us over the music since you're in the chat?
Excellent. Okay, I can turn the music down a bit. Okay. 6:01. 18:01.
Well, I guess we might as well get started then.
It is middle of the dog watches.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 4, I believe it is, officially, of the Toy Soldiers Old School. We're down one of our players tonight. Not sure what's going on. She was having some trouble with her Facebook account, so I don't expect we'll see her tonight. Right, and that would be Allison.
We might not be seeing her for a while, but that's
up in the air.
Up in the air.
We don't know what's going on. So, I still got music. Should I?
Crowley will be joining
you
us
told me to
later.
run it while you were.
No, the end credits.
Oh.
Sorry. Aaron and I are having a communication issue today. It's all right. Okay. All right, so just to reiterate, people, I'm Diane, right? I play Celine Wintermist. She is a young idealistic elven priestess who has kind of served on Avalonian Imperial Navy ships all of her life. And my pronouns are she and her. You guys know the drill.
I'm Brianna. I play Ensign Madrimlian. He is an opportunistic intelligence officer who has spent most of his life on Avalonian Navy ships as well. And my pronouns are she, her.
I am Dawn. I play Yasma. I am an orphan. But it.
You cut out right after Orf.
Oh, is that better?
Well, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm an orphan. I decided to join the Navy, and that's about it.
Okay.
And your pronouns are she, her.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And I understand that Blake, who plays Crowley, who is a Phoenok, that is a cat person, with I don't know, he's fun. He's been kind of stealing the show the past couple episodes. I think he's hilarious. Unfortunately, he's still at work, so he will be joining us late.
Yeah, he is obviously an essential worker, so let's wish him all like good journeys and get home safe.
That's right.
Yeah, Cal's got to get fed no matter what.
Yep. So he's got to go to work. He can't self-isolate like that. So, because the cows don't care.
Nope. Okay, so Rowan or Taz?
Yeah. Rowan?
Hi, I'm Rowan. I play Vondin, a very happy druid, and my pronouns are she or her.
Hi, I'm Taz. I play Bard and Spellsword, a moon elf magus Kansai who likes crafting things. Pronouns are he, him.
Okay, I'm the game master. My name is Aaron. I also play Ruavel, Sunfall, right? Who is one of the midshipmen and one of the few Alfar in the group. I also play all the NPCs, of course, right? And my pronouns are goof and ball.
Nothing new for him.
Nope. It's going to be one of those nights, I see. All right.
All right.
So thanks for joining us. If you're just tuning in, then feel free to share the stream. We are brand new, right? We've only been doing this for a couple weeks, and I've only had the channel for a couple of weeks. I created the channel in order to start playcasting this campaign that we're doing. So, as they say everywhere, like, share, subscribe, right? Follow, all that stuff. It would really help out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm ready to start. All right. So when last we left our intrepid heroes...
Yeah, what were you guys doing last we left you off? I can't even remember.
Sleeping. We were told to report to Lieutenant Commander White Oak in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, we've just been assaulted in our barracks by the bad guys, smugglers, And we had also gone looking for trouble, to be fair, in the local park.
Mm-hmm. And run into a fawn.
That's right. Whose name was...
Brianna wrote it down.
Yes, because Brianna keeps records like that because she's amazing that way.
Unfortunately, Brianna can't find it.
Oh, hell.
Well, damn it all to heck. Darn it all to heck.
Are we going to randomly change your name then?
Just give me a second.
This is our usual strategy for when we can't remember names. You'd think we would be better at keeping records, but...
I think I have it wrote down in my journal. Just have.
Yeah, no worries. That's great.
Okay.
Actually, good point. I might have it there too.
I had to catch up on my journal entries, but I at least caught up on. Oh wait, I have to start a session and not knowing.
In World Anvil. Yes, I should also post the link now that I'm done sending things out to social media, letting people know we are live. I will post our link to our campaign page if people would like to check it out and follow along and have a look at our character images and all that fun sort of thing.
No, I didn't, but I think it was something like Jana.
I thought it was Alia.
Neither one
It
of
was
those.
Alia. A-L-I-A.
Okay, alright, I'll take Brianna's word for it. She always remembers better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
It is in my journal.
Yay! Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Alright, so that's what we were doing. So we get up then, I suppose.
Yes, you guys awaken on the morning of the 19th.
18th.
Nope, it was the 18th.
It was the 17th when we went looking for trouble. It was the 18th when we came back.
No.
I don't know. She's pretty good at that stuff.
I know she's pretty good at that stuff. We just figured this out last game, and I changed the calendar to it.
Oh, right.
The reason I'm saying that is because I put it in my journal.
Right. Your journal's a day off.
I don't
You
know.
guys
She's
forgot
been
the
the one
day to
who's
get
been
here.
best with keeping her journal.
She obviously forgot the day to get here
Ah, yes.
from the planet.
I thought that was the 17th of Flower Moon when we got to the planet, because that's when we were given the assignment. The 15th is when we started. The 17th is when we came down, and the 18th was when we
14th is when
reported.
We started on the 14th.
Yes, that I remember. It was the 14th because that is when Oro Reyes is. Okay.
Okay. Then I will adjust my journal.
Okay.
No worries. I'm still behind on my journal entries.
Okay, we should be like on the 16th or 17th, I think.
No, 19th. You guys have done some travel time.
Right.
Okay, anyway. We wake up.
You wake up on the morning of the 19th. That's where we are.
And we were to report to
Lieutenant
White Oak?
Commander White Oak.
Okay. So naturally we are going to go do that. At least I am. I don't know about anybody else.
His first name I actually have down now.
Of course I'm going to report. I was told to report in the morning, so I am.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we probably all are, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just looking up his name. He has a first name.
Yeah, it was Moranis.
I might have changed that. I'm not sure. Where am I here?
Do we know it? If we don't know it, I don't see what the point is in looking it up right now.
Oakhart, not.
Oh no, it's
White
Moranis
Oak.
Oak Singer. Sorry.
And it's Oakhart, not White Oak.
Oh, Oakhart, not White Oak. Okay.
Right. And his first name is Olarak, and yes, you do know it.
Okay. All right, well, we'll report to Commander Oakhart then.
Okay.
Oh, were we told to get breakfast first or report before
Yeah,
breakfast?
no, you're told to get breakfast, come after you guys have eaten. And
Okay, in that case, go to breakfast first, shovel it in the face because I, wasn't told to take my sweet bloody time at this.
mm-hmm.
So I don't even really look at whatever we're eating. Porridge, granola, eggs, I don't care. I just shovel it on a plate and eat it. Or in a bowl, depending on what's appropriate.
Likewise.
Yeah, I'm eating.
Food.
Yes, you guys eat food. You know it's good food because you're full afterwards.
Yep, that's right.
And you don't feel sick.
We are sailors. We shovel stuff in our faces. We're grateful it's food. Yes. It didn't
Yep.
have a bunch of weevils and it wasn't rotten, so we're okay.
Yep. You know it's good food because you don't feel sick afterwards. Not sure what it tasted like. But
Whoop, and then we go see the commander.
Yep.
Good morning, sir, she says as she salutes.
Good morning, he says as you guys come in.
Yeah.
Sir?
This is a hell of a night, eh?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
He goes, somehow I think word has leaked out that you guys were the people that brought it to our attention.
That was probably inevitable, sir.
Yeah, well, it still puts you all in danger.
That's life in the Navy, though, sir.
He says, I'm not one to balk at putting a sailor's life in danger, unless it's for no reason. He goes, now I could send you all back up to your ship, but I think that would not sit well with you all.
You'd be right about that, sir. At least in my case, she says.
Am I right?
I find that a little untowards in our case, I believe.
Untoward?
Convin just nods.
It would be showing a lack of trust in us.
I don't agree. She says, giving Madrimlian a warning look, like, are you fucking stupid? For there's a look on her face, like, don't be lipping off the commander, And then she says, but I think what Madrimlian is trying to say, sir, is that it suggests that we're going to allow ourselves to be intimidated by these people.
Right. That's what I figured that you would all feel. Am I wrong?
No, sir.
Oh, sir.
So instead, I'm going to do the exact opposite. He says, I'm going to officially assign you to get to the bottom of this, to find out who's running it here. I don't really care if there's a overarching corruption within the Navy, which there is. He says, we are aware of it. He says, what I want to know is who's running the shots here.
Aye, sir.
And if you can arrest them, do so. If you cannot,
Avalon.
Well, use your discretion.
Understood, sir. She says with slightly widening
Yes,
eyes.
sir.
Right? She says, may we, if necessary and able, request the assistance of the MPs?
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. She looks a little relieved.
He says, Ensigns, you'll be given command authority for this mission.
Thank you for your trust in us, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Not my trust. He says, it is my trust, but it's not my trust. That comes from way higher up than me.
She raises an eyebrow. But, of course, she's not, it's not her place to ask.
He says, but I agree with it in this case.
London looks surprised, too.
She figures it out, I think. She thinks she's figured it out. She doesn't say anything. Thank you,
my German just keeps his face blasé.
Good luck. Ensigns, mateys.
Thank you, sir. She salutes.
That was obviously a dismissal, so.
Avalon salutes and heads out.
Yeah.
Yep, salute.
Well, that was not what I was expecting, she says once they have left the office.
No, where do we go first to abuse our authority, he says.
Oh, no,
The
she
MPs.
says. No, not yet, she says.
No, we wanted to go to the MPs for the ones that they've captured.
You're right, actually, she says. Yes, because I guess we either...
You hear the lieutenant commander call out, Ensign Madrimlian, Ensign Wintermist.
Yeah, come back in.
Head back in.
Sir?
He holds out a couple of folded up pieces of paper.
Takes it.
Yep. Take it.
It's your orders.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That way, if anybody questions you, you guys can just show them your orders.
I appreciate that, sir.
Likewise.
She again looks a bit relieved. When they didn't receive orders, she was assuming that they were being assigned, like, under the table assigned, you know.
My German was thinking, well, this is just up my alley, but now I've got orders, so.
Yet waits to be dismissed.
Yeah. Just go back to your people.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Avalon.
Salute, head out.
Yeah.
As soon as we're out, Madrimlian is actually going to read his orders.
Yep.
Your orders basically say that you are given command authority to investigate and uncover this criminal underground. It's pretty broad-based, actually. You're quite amazed with it. He didn't, give you a narrow focus at all, really.
Abuse our authorities, right, she says. This has got to be the broadest set of orders I've ever seen, she says.
Looks like I'm going to go undercover.
Well, keep them safe.
Yes, you're absolutely right, she says. She, folds it carefully and puts it... Oh, let's see. I think I'll put it in my spell pouch pocket. That way it's, right secured against me.
Okay.
Yeah, my German sticks it with his alchemical bottles.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I agree with Madrimlian. I think that probably talking to the prisoners or finding out what the MPs have discovered from the prisoners is the best place to start. Do you guys disagree?
I agree.
told last night that it was Golden Bow that was named Captain Golden Bow by them?
I don't think he's on his planet at the moment.
Is that what I heard? Yes, it was, wasn't it?
It was, as it was briefly mentioned.
Did we not pass that information on to
So,
the commander?
I think
Yes.
He passed it on to us.
Right.
yeah, the
She
commander
says.
told us.
I'm sorry, I'm still a little confused about last night. It was
Interesting?
interesting, she says.
Eye-opening, says
It was
Bird.
dark and late.
The bird says. The bird says.
Yeah,
The bird has never said. I go crang my head.
She goes, hoo.
I always knew she was smarter than she let
London
on.
just chuckled.
When did you learn to talk? She says.
Ruel says, all birds can talk.
Yes, but this is a brand new trick, she says. Laugheth there. When did you learn to talk?
She just looks proud of herself and stomps back and forth from foot to foot.
Oh, you clever little bird, you, scritches her. Yes, okay. So we'll have to tread carefully. First of all, Captain Goldenbow outranks our asses.
Way outranks our asses.
Secondly, his family is well respected.
Yeah.
And highly placed.
Yes.
Yep, but I think going to question the prisoners again is sort of pointless because we're not going to find out more than we already know.
That's
We're
true.
not questioning the prisoners. We're talking to the MPs about the prisoners. There's a difference.
That's true. They may have found out more information since then. We probably should get up to date, she says. But we should also talk to our little fawn friend that we found. I think.
Yeah, maybe we could get some carrots.
Actually, what I was thinking was get some candied lavender.
That's a good idea, she says.
Hey, she's a fawn. I think carrots are a wonderful idea, says Xerxes.
Well, yeah, it could be. So, who was this person high up who said something that we could be trusted with something like this, Xerxes, she says?
I don't know, probably my dad. Sorry.
No, actually, that makes me feel a lot better if that's true, she says.
Yeah.
We're going up against the Golden Bows, she says. I kind of want some pointy hat backing.
You got my backing, he says, and so they wouldn't dare do anything.
Yeah, it's less like somebody who's
You'd be surprised.
knowing that.
They're crazy.
So that makes me feel better. I'd hate to think that somebody higher up was using this as an excuse to throw us and the prince under the proverbial cart.
That's a
what I
good
was thinking.
point. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I never said that wasn't the problem. My dad might be setting me up to fail. He can be his own worst enemy that way.
I doubt that, she says. I mean, perhaps in private, she says, but something this public?
No, it's not really like him, but I wouldn't put it past him, you know?
There is another possibility or two.
Could be a sink or swim.
Yeah, more or less.
Was that what you were thinking, Madremlian?
No. I'm thinking our parents might have had something to say in it, because I'm pretty sure the Lieutenant Commander, has actually informed them what was going on.
Yeah, that's true, but, you know, they said he, for one thing. And he, your dad is the same rank as Lieutenant Commander Oakhart.
No, that's
Oh.
commander.
Okay, your dad isn't that much higher ranked than Lieutenant Commander Oakheart, she says.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it's likely a sink
Yeah,
or
this sounded
swim.
like way up the food chain.
Yeah, it did. I got that impression. I really did. Well, okay, let's go sink or swim, she says.
Okay.
Didn't raise any cowards in the Navy, she says.
Uh-huh.
Radiant family didn't raise any cowards, says Xerxes. Well,
Yeah.
except him, points to Ruavel, and then ducks.
All right, let's get on with this. Let's go get some treats for the fun.
Okay.
Huh?
All right, let's head to the kitchen.
Yeah. Get to the kitchen, there's a little pixie there. No, I'm just kidding.
Wrong game.
Wrong game.
Our game experience.
It's like, wait, what?
Oh, this is the other game that some of us are playing. There's a pixie and she's in the kitchen. Anyway, Dawn plays her. So yeah. Anyway, no, there's no pixie.
No pixie.
Okay, are we going to the kitchen to get something like candied lavender, or are we like? I mean, they'll probably have candied violets.
They might have candied violets. We could do that and possibly get some carrots there.
Good point. Alright, well, let's see what we can cage out of the kitchen, and then we can go buy things in the square. Sounds like there's a good market going on, so.
Yeah. Okay, you head to the kitchens. You can cage some carrots out of the kitchen there and an apple.
Apples work.
Apples are perfect, actually. See, now that's the beauty of living in a space empire. Apples all year round. Some planet is got a settlement that is in harvest apple season.
Ruel says, I like apples.
Me too, she says.
Apples are good, especially when you dip them in honey.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
cinnamon.
That is
Sounds
tasty.
good.
Or those caramelled apples, those are amazing, she says.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Now I want caramel apples, thanks.
So we get some caramel apples, he says. It's a big marketplace.
I don't suppose it's any harm if we get ourselves a couple of snacks, too. We have money. Nobody said we couldn't spend it any way we
Right, we're
wanted.
making 3 gold a day. We've been here for 2 days.
True enough.
Okay. Let's hit the market on our way to the stockade.
Okay. I thought we were going to the park.
Weren't
Like
we
a
talking
plan.
to the MPs and then going, oh, well, I don't care. It doesn't matter what order. Let's go to the park. You're
Okay.
right. We can
So
definitely
you
go to the
guys
market.
swing
on
to
our
the
way.
market.
Yes.
Yep.
Describe.
Oh, the market. The market is this huge, bustling place, right? Full of people, right? Including people of all different races, right? Built on the docks, right? And basically running like a few blocks in each direction.
Nice.
Right? It's a huge market here. Right? This is the first market that you get to when you hit space coming off of Talasia. Right? So.
Right, so I imagine that, stuff within system and stuff from more commonly traveled systems ends up traded here a lot.
Exactly. So you can get a lot of stuff here that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Like candied apples.
Okay. Well, we'll pick up some.
Yeah, you find this dwarf guy selling candied apples. You think he's eaten about half his wares.
Because he's a rather round dwarf guy?
Yeah, he's a rather round dwarf guy. Nice trimmed up beard and looks really sharp, except for he's got some sugar in it.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, Morden, he says.
We'll take... How many of us are there here at the moment?
7.
7.
Well,
I'll take one.
Not including Crowley, but he candy apples.
Yeah, okay, we'll take 8 of those, please, she says.
8 candied apples, you bet. Yeah, he puts them all in some foil wrap and hands them all to you.
Thank you very much. And how much do we owe you?
He says that would be 8 copper pieces.
Yep, she'll pay up.
Yep.
Give him a silver and tell him to keep the change.
Thank you very much, he says.
Thank you, she says. Have a great day.
He says, you do know you get 4 more for a silver, right? For silver, a dozen.
Do we want 4 more?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course we do.
He nods. He says, he has
Excellent
4 more.
idea.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, then.
He says, you guys have a great day.
You too, sir.
Then he immediately spies a candied apple and picks it up and begins munching on it.
Well, munch cheerfully on my candied apple as we head towards the park.
Yep. The flock of you ends up in the park.
I forgot about the park. We didn't have a park soundscape prepared. Just a second.
I don't even know what I would use for it. Elven wood, maybe.
Yeah, that's not a bad sound set. Yeah. Definitely shut off the music, though.
Yeah, Elven Vale Day.
Madrimlian is still paying attention for someone possibly following us.
Yep, that's a good idea. Especially once we get into the park.
No, once we leave the commander's office.
Yes, but... Yeah, I think that works. I don't think our players can hear the sound effects, but we thought we'd experiment with them for the broadcast tonight. This is the first. We always intended to use them, but we wanted to ease into figuring things out in the stream, so we decided to save them until we felt more confident with the basics.
Yeah.
And what I hear is a bunch of birds.
Yeah, that's what you should be hearing.
Good stuff. Okay. Head into the park.
Yep.
And Madrimlian said he was looking around for people following us.
Yeah, you're not spotting anybody following you there, Madrimlian.
Also paying attention just in case we're being watched from the bushes again.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. I was supposed to wake Jamie up at 6 and I totally forgot.
Oh. Oh well. Oops.
Oops.
Okay, sorry, that was out of game information there.
So Crowley has now arrived. He's
Yay!
tired, but he's here.
Yeah, sure. How you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good. Was running some irrigation line.
Uh-huh. Watering the cows?
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Do you need a minute before joining in?
Give me enough time to roll one here. 2.5 minutes and Oh, never mind. It's already rolled. I'm good to jump in.
All right.
She rolled you one. See what a sweetheart she is. Okay.
All right, look for our fawn. We're in the park. We're looking for the fawn.
So I go over by the tree where.
Yeah, head to that tree where they found her, I guess.
Yeah. As you guys approach there, you guys can make a perception check.
You bet. Oh, reach for the dice.
Unnatural 20.
Nice.
Unnatural, okay.
It's not a natural 20.
Yeah, I
Oh,
hear you.
yeah, unnatural 20. Yeah, sorry, I thought you said natural, and then he said unnatural. So, okay, cool.
No, but I got the natural 20.
Did you? Good for you. Yay, natural 20s are good.
Unnatural 20.
I rolled a 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're like,
so did
isn't that like the
Xerxes.
second time you have like not done well at all on a perception roll?
I know.
Okay, so obviously one of your quirks is that you are unobservant.
You're oblivious. You and Xerxes, he rolled a 3 too.
Yep. I rolled 15 total.
15 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crowley rolled a 19 total.
19 total. Okay, those of you that rolled 20 or above, note the little fawn watching you from the bushes.
Okay.
Right?
This is
In
the tree.
Sylvan.
What's that?
This is the tree, says Celine to everybody.
Yeah, because they weren't here.
Yeah.
This is the tree, she said?
Yeah, this is the tree that she was at, but she's not at this one today. In
I
Sylvan.
think she's over there in the bushes, says one. And she
Oh.
indicates with her head.
Good morning, Alia. I have a treat for you if you're willing to talk to us again.
I turn towards the bushes, and in Sylvan I say, my name is Celine.
I'm sorry, Jamie. She says, well, what kind of treat?
Well, we have some candied apples.
Ooh. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Well, we're hoping maybe you would tell us a bit about these people who don't belong in the forest who are here.
They come through here since they wear uniforms like you guys do.
Are they mean people?
Yes. Their hearts are not good.
We're not with them, she says. I know we are serving the same group, but
I know.
we were told to find out who they are and stop them from doing bad things, she says.
I know they do bad things. Their hearts are not good. She says, I followed them once.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd they go? She says.
Into a building on the other side of the park with music, loud music.
The other side being that way, she says, pointing in the direction they're headed.
Yes.
Loud music. Like a tavern?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's fair, she
She
says.
said, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that came through.
Yeah, can you hear him?
Did you see
hear
any
him say-
pictures on it?
Hmm. Yes, but I didn't know what it was.
Well, that's fair enough.
It looked like a boat with a cloud on it.
A boat with a cloud. She's trying to think of what that could be.
So is Madrimlian.
I suppose from a perspective, it could be a foaming mug or something, but actually, that's good enough. It's got a picture in front of it, and it's a boat with a cloud. I'm sure we'll recognize something that looks like a boat with a cloud. They don't stay here in the park?
No, they don't stay in the park. Nobody stays in the park except for some of the people without homes. But I look out for them.
That's very nice of you.
And I'm sure you could probably use a little more food for them as well.
Oh, yes, please. I leave them all sorts of food. They eat it too.
Okay, for now, take the liberty of handing over our 4 extra candy apples.
Okay?
Well,
Plus
here.
the apples from the kitchen.
And
Yep.
the carrots.
And the carrots.
And the carrots, yep.
Yeah, she comes out from under the bushes. She's all of about 2.5 feet tall. Right? Just tiny little thing. Looks sort of like a deer. Well, deer's lower half.
Right.
Right? With tiny little deer horns. Like reindeer, that have both males and females have horns.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Madrimlian will bow respectfully to her, get down on his knees, and then bow again.
She giggles. She says, "Why do you bow to me? I'm just, oh yeah."
Because we respect the fair folk.
And you have given us an honor of allowing us to actually see you.
Well, of course you're going to see me. How else am I going to get the food?
It is still an honor. You could have asked us to place it down. You'd come and get it when we're gone.
I never thought of that.
Well, we're very pleased to meet you.
I'm pleased to meet you all too, she says. You're very nice people. I know you are. I can sense it.
Well, I'm glad to know we measure up, says Celine sincerely.
And what's your bird's name, by the way?
My birthday?
Bird's name.
Bird's name. Laughathere.
She doesn't laugh at there, talks very highly of you.
The respect and love is definitely mutual, she says, looking at Laughathere and giving her a scritch.
Yep. I see Laughathere at nighttime. Last night she came by and we talked for a while.
That's great, she says.
Unfortunately, you're cutting in and out, Aaron.
She said, I see Laughathere there at nighttime. Last night she came by and we talked for a while. Yeah.
Well, she says, here's some, anyway.
She takes the food.
Are there lots
Thank
of
you.
people without homes here in the park?
Not many. Maybe 6.
Okay.
And we'll split the apples.
Okay.
She nods.
Have they seen anything untoward here as well?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I will take you there if you want to come. But you have to be nice to them.
I promise you we will be nice, she says.
Okay.
Yes, I do. So do I. And I appreciate the offer. Thank you very much.
Okay, come with me.
Bonvin just
Have a
nods
play.
in agreement.
Go ahead, Crowley.
I have a player question.
Uh-huh.
explaining what we're looking for, she said it was a sign with a ship and a cloud on it?
Yep. A boat and a cloud.
A boat and a cloud?
Yep.
Okay, so we're probably looking for a pub or an inn or a pub/inn.
Yeah, that's what I figured too.
Yep, that's what we all pretty much figured.
Well, Diane said, and she's right. You guys will find out when you see it, but it's a mug. It's a beer mug.
Well, we'll get there. Yeah. Sure, that looks like a boat with a cloud.
Yeah.
She's probably never seen a foaming beer mug. She's never been
Right.
inside a tavern, so.
Right. So, anyways, she takes you deeper into the forest along some paths. She points out where you guys should walk and where
Okay.
the paths are. Right? And as she points them out, it becomes very apparent to you that the paths are there, but you can't see them normally.
Right.
You're on a fairy trot.
Oh, wow.
Right? And after a couple of minutes, she breaks free into a glade in the midst of the park, right? Where you see a small campfire and half a dozen people, 4 males and 2 females sitting around it. Well, actually, 7 people, because there's 4 males, 2 females, and a child of about 28.
Oh, just a little one.
Yeah.
Assuming they're elves, of course.
Yeah, most of them are elves. She, actually, except for the guy.
Okay. Hello, she says.
Listen, we're not hurting anybody here.
We're not here to bother you, she
no,
says.
they're friends, says Alia. All right.
We mean you no harm at all, she says. Do you often get harassed by people wearing Navy uniforms?
Sometimes, says.
She scowls.
They brought food, says Alia to them and hands out the candied apples and the carrots. Thank you very much, says this guy.
Majorly will actually hand over his trail rations as well.
Yep. We don't need our rations.
Yeah.
We can get food in a tavern sometime.
Yeah, and Xerxes hands over his canteen. Guy opens it up.
Yeah, Von Vin follows.
Whoa,
He'll hand over the field rations.
Yeah, you hand over your rations.
Follow suit.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're much obliged to you, says this guy.
We're happy to help. I'm sorry that we didn't know you were here, and I'm afraid we're just stopping through, she says. But is there anything we can do for you before we're going to be here probably about a week or 2?
And well, you could put in a word with us with the commanders that we're not harming anybody out here.
I will, she says.
Likewise.
Says we don't get a lot of officers out here.
No, I don't imagine you do, she says. Well, I'm Celine, she says.
But Alia hit the road in. You gotta know where the ferries tell you to walk to get in here.
I noticed that, she says. That's great.
Yeah, says the little boy. He says, it's like our private home.
I think that's excellent, she says.
So do I. It gives you some privacy and some security.
That's right, says the guy.
Does it get cold?
We usually got a fire.
Okay.
And we got tents.
Okay.
And lean-tos. This, Alia helps us make them.
She smiles at the fawn.
She shrugs. Says, well, somebody's got to
Crowley
take them.
just gave me his coins that he guy in the market. When I hand that in.
You're going in and out there.
Yeah. Crowley handed you his
Crowley
coins.
handed. Yeah. So I'm gonna give them to the group too.
Okay. The coins that he took off that guy in the market is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that ought to hold for a while anyway, she
Well,
says.
that's mighty gracious of you, he says.
She smiles.
When you press a silver coin into the little boy's hand, he just looks wide-eyed at it and looks at you and says, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we did take an oath to serve the elven people.
That's right, says Celine.
Oh, nobody'd care if you didn't serve us.
I would, says Celine.
Oh, yes, they would, says Xerxes.
Yeah, I think they would, she says, looking at Xerxes with a, nod.
Xerxes says, seems to me that your biggest problem is you don't have a place to live. And that most of your other problems would probably be solved if you did. Am I wrong? No, that's about right. Says, yeah. I'll see what I can do. I'll send a letter to the lord of the city.
This is a crown park, right?
Yes.
Nods. She says, is there a crown warden here?
It must be.
She's looking at the...
Yeah, the warden's pretty good to us.
Okay, she says.
I'm going to instruct the warden to leave you guys your own devices here, says Xerxes.
Celine just looks at him and sighs.
What's that?
You're not being very inconspicuous, she says.
Oh. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
I think you should do it, she says. I just don't think you should announce that you're going to.
Right. Okay.
He happens to be kind of a high mucky muck, she says.
He nods.
Madrimlian's glancing around. Is there space for him to put a small garden in?
Oh, yeah, they can put a garden in here.
She says, originally we were hoping to talk to you about people coming through here, other sailors, she says.
Yeah, all sorts of sailors come through this park. What do you want to know?
Well, Alia says some of them are not very nice people, and we would like to know about them, she says.
Well, some of us treat us rather poorly, and there used to be more of us, if you know what I'm saying.
Really, she says. Are you saying what I think you're saying, she says, with a raised eyebrow?
Since I ain't seen my girlfriend in 3 weeks.
What's her name? I will find out what happened, she says in a very icy tone.
You just see Madrimlian's brows slant downwards.
Her name is...
It'd probably be helpful if you told us where you last seen her, too.
She nods to Von Vin. Yeah, good thinking.
Carissa Eucrescent.
Okay, so write that down. Carissa Eucrescent? Yes. You as in, you would.
Yubo. Y-E-W.
Yeah, where did you last see her?
She was going begging in the marketplace.
And she just didn't come back.
She just didn't come back. I asked the guards, they didn't throw her in jail or nothing.
Okay, she says. What does she look like?
And she's a beautiful elf maid.
She smiles.
I don't know how you describe her. She looks like, well, to me, she looks like you.
Right. Dark blue hair, blue eyes.
It's not as well cut, we'll say.
Right, she says. Yeah, this is from working on a ship most of my life, she says.
So, I mean, like, you cut a officer's figure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, she says. Okay, we will see if we can. I will find out what happened one way or the other, she says.
She nods, or he nods, I mean.
And I will give her all the benefit that I can to help.
Oh, thank you very much, says Alia. There are others, too. She says, they're all my people, and I've been losing them, and it makes me very sad.
How frequently are they disappearing?
She says, there once was about 25 of them, about 6 months ago.
Wow, she says. And they're all disappearing when they go into the market?
Various times, says another guy. He says, you know, like, they'll go off to do an odd job or hook or
Right, she says.
something, sell some drugs, and then they just don't come back. It's a rough world out here. We know the
London night.
She says, you connected this with... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Rowan.
She says, anybody in particular that you've noticed that people go to work for and then disappear?
Nah, he says, nah. Nothing stands out.
So 18 people in 24 weeks, roughly. That's about one every week and a half. When did the last one go missing?
Was that your wife? Your
Yeah,
girlfriend?
he says, with a nod.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
My girlfriend. He says, last week.
Last week. What day? Do you remember?
They all blend together to me.
Fair enough, she says.
4 days ago, whatever that was.
Okay, she says.
Nobody leaves the glade today.
Yeah, please don't go into town today, okay?
All right.
You guys are all right for the night, right?
We will be. We brought food, so we don't have to do that.
Okay. She says...
User in your channel timed out.
Taz probably,
Rowan
he said he
dropped.
would be right back, so...
Rowan dropped.
Oh, Rowan dropped.
Timed out.
Yeah, she'll be back in a minute. He says, or she says, you mentioned this when we mentioned Navy officers. Is there a reason why you associate the disappearances with the Navy?
Navy personnel give them jobs and they won't come back.
Gotcha, she says.
Say you want a job, you can move crates or this area. Then they go off there and nobody ever sees them again.
Okay, don't be doing any more jobs for the Navy in the meantime, please, she says.
Well, he says, I've done a few. Since I've never had a problem.
User entered your channel.
Welcome back, Ron.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not everybody, she says. Actually, I'll tell you, she says, you can. I'm certain you can trust Lieutenant Commander Oakhart. So if it comes from him or anybody that is associated directly with him, it's probably okay.
And they never tell us what's associated with. It's usually petty officers and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that's so. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of this, she says. This is not acceptable.
Midterman has a faraway, thoughtful look on his face.
User in your channel timed out.
Ron timed out again.
She's getting crap internet tonight, I guess.
It's supposed to be thunderstormy up there, and it might have knocked out the internet too.
She's got satellite internet, so just would knock it out if there's too much cloud in the sky.
Yeah, hard to say. Okay. So she smiles at the little boy and she says, so what's your name?
Alvin, sir. Ma'am?
Nice to meet you, Alvin, she says.
This is my dad, Charlie.
And nice to meet you, too.
Yeah, we're just two of us now.
We'll see.
What was
User
it?
entered your channel.
What was the dad's name?
Jarluth. Jarluth. His name is spelled Eilvan. Alvin.
Elvin, okay.
Alvin.
Okay, I guess we'd best be off so that we can start to see to some of this, she says. Thank you for telling us what you know. Have you seen anybody moving things through the park at night or anything?
Of course.
What have you seen? She says.
People meet in the park at night all the time. They don't pay any attention to us.
Oh, I don't mean that. She says, sorry, I was misunderstood. I mean moving things through the park.
You mean like boxes or crates?
Yeah, like boxes or crates, she says.
Nah.
Okay. All right, thank you very much for your help, she says. We'll see now if we can help you. Knock, knock.
There.
Pipe smoking.
Yeah, so now to make the decision.
Sorry, what was that?
Now to make the decision, are we going to continue on to find the tavern, or are we going to go back and talk to the MPs?
It's a good question, she says. I'm very upset by what I've just heard, she says.
So am I. I think we need to go back and talk to Lieutenant Commander, because he's the one in charge of loading and unloading things. There must have been a ship that's left that hasn't come back yet.
I have a quick question, says Crowley.
Go for it, Crowley.
You always go to the same place to get temporary work?
They come to us, he says. Whoa,
They
a
come and
talking
find-
kitty, says the boy.
Come and find you in the park.
Yes.
Hey, one of the guy whose girlfriend is missing, about how old is he?
120?
Okay, so well of working age.
Oh yeah. He's adult, way adult. You reach adult at about 50. Young adult, anyways, like equivalent to 16, 17.
I have an idea.
What's that?
Madrimlian, myself, the archer,
She's
should
not here
cover
anymore.
him. Oh,
Well, let's NPC her along for today until we know what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And Elva, yeah.
Elba, and we cover him from a distance while he work, while a few others, while the rest of the group back talk to the commander.
Are you wondering if the commander has something to do with this? Excuse me.
No, he
No,
may have
that's
the
not what
information
I'm
about the
saying.
ships going in, not coming back. Said, if my thoughts are correct, they've been grabbed by slavers.
Okay, does Madrimlian say that right now? Because I thought we were still with the people.
No, not with the people on the way out.
Okay. All right, but Crowley was asking a question of the people who were there, so I assume
Yeah.
we're still with them at the moment. I thought we were leaving, but he obviously asked a question as we were heading out. So because
It's
there's a
okay,
little
we
boy
can head
going,
up.
"Oh, it's a talking kitty."
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, unless Crowley has further questions, I guess we'll head out at this point.
No, that was my biggest one, finding out where the work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once they're away from them, he suggests that. That's where Celine says her thing about I'm, rather upset about what I've just heard, right? And
That's when Madrimlian leans over.
I wonder, she says.
Well, they've got conflict diamonds, which means they're using slaves to mine them. I'm wondering if that's what's going on.
The thought
I,
crossed my mind too, says Bonbin. I
you
was
know,
thinking we should check and find where dead bodies have been found locally recently.
If they weren't spaced.
no, Madrimlian, you're onto something, I think. She says, I don't know why it didn't occur to me that, of course, they have to mine the diamonds from somewhere. And yes, they will need people to do that. And where would they go but people who others wouldn't notice disappearing?
Exactly.
I couldn't exactly figure out what was going on either. I thought perhaps they'd been asked to do some short jobs and then, spaced, like you say. But no, that makes much more sense. And I would like to believe that because then that means they're likely to still be alive anyway, she says.
Exactly. That's my thought too.
Well, I'd say that they are going through a worker at least once every week and a half or so, based
Looks like
on the number of pickups versus time elapsed.
I just hope that doesn't mean that they have to replace somebody who died because the work was so hard, she says. And that
Seems
means that these
likely to me mining's not easy work.
No, it's not, she says. No, I'm sure you're right. I'm sure it's not.
And I'm sure they have a cavern well dug for the bodies to be put into because they stay cold that way too underground.
Well, that's true. I mean, why bring them up? You have to fill in tunnels once you're done digging them anyway, right? Maybe we'll
Exactly.
never find them. Yeah. Okay, this is
One
awful.
Go ahead, Crowley.
one might think that if they're getting new help every time, mine cannot be that far away.
Yeah, that's true too, she says. Good thinking.
I have a very interesting idea.
Do you?
The tavern's a front. They're actually mining underneath it.
It's only one way to find that out, she says. What time is it? How long have we been in the woods?
You guys have been out here for a couple of hours, so it's now about noon.
She says, okay, carry on to the tavern. Well, what we think is probably a tavern, right? Or do we want to head back into the market, grab something to eat, and then report what we've got so far to the commander?
That's my opinion. Market, and then possibly if we come back, bring a couple MPs with us. Because if we can notice Elven Navy uniforms in the tavern when they shouldn't be.
We don't know that they are not supposed to be in the tavern. For all we know, it's an officer's mess, she says.
Yep.
The whole local command structure could be in on it except for one or two people. I don't know. I don't, you know. But you're right. I'm probably assuming too much. Otherwise,
Vincent,
I say take what we have back to Oakheart,
Mm-hmm.
and then ask for maybe some advice from him on how we should.
that's true. He might have direction. Vonman, you were saying?
well, I'm definitely for getting a bite and reporting into the commander, because if something happens to us, it would be best that he knows what path we were following.
That thought crossed my mind too, I'm afraid to say, she says. Right, let's do that then.
Mm-hmm.
She says to Xerxes, do you have any direction for us that supersedes any of this, by the way?
Nah, he says, I can't do that. I can't be your friend and your prince at the same time. He says, so let's not do that.
Okay, she says.
I'm not going to give you guys directions. I'm just going to say that I'm going to talk to my fucking family about these poor people living in the woods in the park. Did you know people live like that?
Yeah, she says. I did.
It's in the Empire?
That was Yasma's upbringing.
Yeah, Yasma and Crowley came from that kind of background, she says.
Jeez.
Surprised.
I'm sorry. Since I didn't even know that people lived like that. I thought that everybody had a home in the Empire. I feel sick to my stomach, he says. He sits down. How
Celine
common
sits
is
down
this?
beside him and puts an arm around him. She says, if you might be my prince for a moment, she says. Your Highness, she says quietly. I'm. She says, I have great hopes for the crown and for our nation to know that you feel that way, she says.
He says, I don't think that anybody who is elven didn't feel that way. He says, my father must not know this goes on. Well, hate to break it to you, my old friend, says Ruvel, but the problem is so prevalent that there isn't exactly a whole bunch that can be done about it without help from the private sector. He says,
Yeah, you can
Crown,
help these people, but there will be others.
every city we go to is going to have this. Xerxes says.
Actually, these guys are doing pretty well until people started making them disappear. They're being looked after by a fawn, she says. They've got it better than most.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, she says.
I'm just. Oh. I want to vomit.
You know, she says, my mother once said to me that I can't save the world.
I'm sure the hell try, he says.
She said to me, what I can do is help one life at a time, she says.
Nuts. It makes sense.
You might be able to do more, she says. Pointy hats give you that power, she says, but you won't be able to save the whole universe. Just save what you can, she says.
You were saying, Crowley?
Crowley says, change the life of one individual.
You cut out after individual.
Change the life of one individual, you have changed the world.
That is very true, actually.
He says, well, I can make these people's lives better.
Yes, you can, she says.
I'd almost say let them stay where they are, because I plan on getting them some seeds.
The winter is coming. It's cold here in winter.
Yeah.
They need a home.
They need a place to be home.
That's true.
I'm thinking that if this bar, this tavern, or inn, is behind this, I'm going to seize it.
I approve 100% for the record, she says.
In the name of the
So
crown,
do I.
I'm going to call eminent domain and seize it. He says, and I'm going to, if they're behind it, I'm going to, I don't know. I'm going to let you guys deal with that. He says, because I'm really angry. He says,
Crowley just grins.
And Madrimlian reaches down an arm, offers him a hand.
He says, yeah, so, he says, but in any event, he says, it's a place for the homeless people of Aryan Rod City to.
I think I'm going to officially call the capital city of Aryan Rod Moonbeam.
Moonbeam, okay. And it would allow the homeless people of Moonbeam, a place that they could have a shelter and a roof over their head and a place to get a shower, he says.
I hear you, he says as he extends his hand. So if we're gonna get this done, we gotta get moving.
Yeah,
You're right. He takes your hand and helps him.
Yeah, pull him back to his feet.
I'll get up too.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, Celine, and on yours there, Madrimlian, and says, thank you.
No, thank you. Really, says Celine.
Well, let's get some
We have
food.
to work as a team.
Vonbin says, your girl that I grew up in had a work program where basically you helped out with things and you got a place to stay and eat. Wasn't always, super great food, but it was enough.
He says, a person is not entitled to fine cuisine. He says, Xerxes, it's not a right. He says, you're entitled to good food. He says, that doesn't have to be fine cuisine.
No.
He says, spices are not a right. He says, but food is. He says, in my opinion. I think my father's too. He says,
Everybody requires food and water in order to survive.
You know, and there's an old adage: "Let him who will not work, let him not eat."
Some people can't.
Yeah, it said "will not work,"
Okay, you're right. She says I've
not
missed
cannot
the
work.
nuance of that.
Yes, many do, he says. But that's a philosophy I believe in very deeply. He says it's part of the song of life. That everybody does their part. He says.
That's right. If we all work as a team, we get more done, and that includes the society too.
I agree.
Yep.
Okay, let's go get ourselves fed so that we have fuel to continue our work. And then
Okay.
let's go tell the commander what's going on.
Yeah, you guys head into
Yep.
the marketplace again. All right. So I'll switch the music.
Would this be a good moment for me to AFK?
Yeah, do you need to?
Yes. I
Okay.
won't be long.
Okay. Well, it's 7:30. Why don't we call a break for 5 or 10 minutes?
Okay.
Anybody else need a break?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Reconvene at 7:35.
Okay.
Copy that.
Okay.
See you in a few.
I might pass out here. I suddenly got really tired. I've been up. I got up like at 4 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I know, right?
I mean, heck, almost every
Watch
Saturday
yourself.
I'm getting up at like 4 in the morning.
Uh,
I go to work, I
Knock
come home,
yourself
I
around.
game until like 2 o'clock in the morning again. And I'm at least almost twice your age.
I know. I've been screwed up how I've been sleeping recently because I've just been reading books so late into the night. I forget to go to bed.
Been there, done that. Too many times, still do it.
Well, Kindle Unlimited was a great investment for me.
I've got a personal library that I read books over and over again in. Come on. Lately, it's been working on Duolingo. Because silly me, I'm teaching myself Irish and Scots Gaelic. I'm here.
Yep.
Here. Okay.
I suspect some silly woman used all the rum to make a signal fire.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and we are back. And in the market. Okay.
Yeah, we
Yep,
had
so we get back to the market.
Well, the market is still like, well, now it's even more crowded than it was when you guys were here in the morning.
right.
Because now it's noon and the market's in full swing.
We'll pick up something.
Find a food vendor, get some food.
Yeah. Something like on a stick or something that we can take with us.
Sure, the question is not getting a food vendor. The question is, which food vendor do you want, right? You know, there's food vendors of all different kinds around here. Mostly elven in nature. You know, you can buy things like...
On a stick dipped in honey.
Which on a stick?
Something on a stick dipped in honey.
Fruit on a stick dipped in honey.
Fruit on a stick dipped in honey. Yeah.
Yeah.
More sweets.
Mergemin's gonna look for some actual shish kebabs.
Sure, you can find them.
There we go. There's something that us and Crowley can agree on eating in a bit, I think. If we're lucky,
Yeah, is there any rat on a stick?
No. Apparently, no rat on a stick.
Okay, then just
mark it
charred
as
meat on a stick will work.
okay.
Raw meat on a stick.
Yeah, you can get raw meat on a stick.
Sure, just order that before he cooks it.
Yeah, you just want it before he cooks it. Okay. He looks at you a little askance because you're a cat and you're talking to him. But he takes your money just the same and gives you the raw kebabs on the stick. No jalapenos, though.
I'll
Well, at
take
least the
2
stick
of
isn't red
those.
arsed.
You take 2 of those?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 2 copper
No.
pieces.
Okay, and I'll give one to the bird.
Okay.
And I'll have a cooked one.
Yeah.
Likewise, just one cooked.
I'm with Von Vin. I get fruit on a stick with honey.
Ruavel comes out of the chocolatiers. He's got a bag of chocolates.
I didn't even think of chocolate, she says, and now I want some badly.
Hold some out.
Really?
I hope so.
Thanks, Ruavel.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Oh, I am all over the chocolate.
Enough to twist.
Von Van what?
Enough to twist Von Vin's arm.
No. Okay.
Yeah, Crowley doesn't want any.
Nah. Not his thing.
Nah. Obligate carnivore, I believe, is the term. Celine with a grin.
Pure carnivore.
Yep, I'll be getting carnivore, yeah.
Well, fair enough, she says. And if we ever split shish kebabs, you can have the meat and I'll take the veggies, she says. We'll be set.
Done deal.
All right.
Okay.
All right, off to the commander's office then, I guess.
Yep. You guys head off to the commander's office, pop in bonbons, and eating your meat on a stick.
All right.
And arrive at the commander's office about 10 after 1.
Right, lineups and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, moving through the market. Okay. Is the door open or
Is the
closed?
secretary here?
Yes.
Yes. The secretary is here.
Is Lieutenant Commander Whitehawk? Is Lieutenant Commander Oakhart seeing people right now, or is he free?
Well, he's never free, though. Says the girl behind the desk. But I hear he's cheap and sleazy, so.
I've heard no such thing about the commanders. Celine
Me
with a
neither,
smirk.
she says. Me neither.
I was not meaning free that way. I was meaning, is he available to see us?
Oh, Madrimlian, come on now. Funny bone, she says. Develop one.
She goes, I'll see if he's
That
on
takes
his
all the
lunch.
fun out of life.
Thank you.
Yeah, she heads into his office and comes back in a few minutes later. He's just finishing lunch. Give him a couple minutes. She goes,
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Yep, finish eating our stuff then in the
yep.
lobby, open room, whatever. It's
Yeah.
not, it's like, yeah. It won't be
Not
very
sure if
big.
you
This is
got-
military, so.
Not sure if you got Madrimlian's remark to getting a funny bone.
Yeah, I
No.
did. Yeah. She did snicker, but I guess it wasn't her. That's fair enough. Yeah, as in, that takes all the fun out of life. She kind of snorted, but she smiled. Yes, I suppose I should describe that since we are not looking at each other face to face.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yep, just eat quietly. Use the opportunity to get the food in the face.
Yeah. About 10 minutes later, he comes to the door. Oh, come in, he says, and indicates for you all to enter his office, and then turns and heads back in.
Yeah, head in.
Of course.
And he says, what can I do for you all?
Well, we have some
Well, we
information
figured-
to share with you, sir. She nods to Madrimlian, sorry.
I was gonna say we figured we should report before we traipsed off on parts unknown.
Parts unknown.
Possibly, she says.
Oh. Okay. I'm ready to hear your report.
She says, well, sir, we spoke with Alia, right?
Yeah.
And she was pretty friendly once we talked to her.
She is.
We asked if there was anybody else who might have seen something, and I don't even remember exactly how the conversation happened, but she let us know that, of course, there were homeless people in the park.
Mm-hmm.
She says, so she brought us to talk to them, and she says, do you know they've been disappearing, sir?
Really? No, I wasn't aware of that. I don't...
Yeah, they've lost 18 in about 24 weeks or so.
Jesus. Well, he says, lose silver arm.
That's a good one. Lose silver arm. Excellent. Yes. She says the most recent... What was her name? I forgot.
I forgot too.
Carissa Eucharist.
Eucrescent. Yes.
Eucrescent. Yeah. Carissa Eucrescent, yeah.
The most recent was a she-woman by the name of... and it flew out my head. Carissa. Carissa? Carissa Eucrescent, she says.
Okay.
That's right.
Where are they taking them?
They don't know. She says Navy people are offering them jobs moving crates or something like that, and then they don't come back, she says. We kind of rubbed the rocks that passes our brains together, sir, and we came up with the conclusion that they're probably being recruited for the mines.
That would make sense. Yes.
But of course, I imagine these are mines that people don't know where they are.
Something beeping in there.
I asked Jamie to take care of it.
Oh, he will.
Yeah. She says, so we thought we would look for that.
I'm sorry, I missed the last part. He says I always heard something out the window there.
Oh, that's all right, sir. She says, the mines. We
Yes.
thought we would look for where these mines might be.
Because they could be anywhere. The whole of the moon is covered in diamonds.
She says, well, we have a bit of a lead.
Then sort of peeks out window.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so does Madrimlian. He has since the community thought he heard something there.
Yeah? You see a couple of
Madrimlian
birds.
never lets his guard down, even when he's in with superior officers. He's always paying attention to everything around him.
Yeah, you see a couple of birds in the trees. Nothing serious. They're not...
Birds?
They're not unusual birds for the area. They're magpies.
Yeah, she says, well, apparently there's a building. Alia described it as a building with a lot of loud music.
A tavern of some kind.
We suspect that, sir, and what she said about the sign confirms it. She said it looked like a boat with a cloud on top of it, which to me kind of describes a foaming mug to someone who's never seen one.
I could see that.
She says, we thought this is apparently on the other side of the park from the side that we approached on. We were going to go and investigate that, she says, but we figured we better let you know where we were at first.
Okay.
So that in case, we too disappeared, she says, you would have a place to start.
Right. All right. Thank you, says. Be safe out there.
We'll do our best, sir. She says, sir, before we go, she says, is there any way we might be able to... Is there any chance this woman might have been seen? Is there any way to track her down? Apparently she's got similar features to me, dark hair, blue eyes.
Officer's trim.
She was last seen about 4 days ago.
He says, I don't know. He says, I couldn't imagine where we'd begin to look for such a person.
Okay. Well, I was hoping, she says.
I wish I had better news for you.
We'll figure it out, sir.
This is very disturbing if they are being brought into slavery, since that violates some very serious elfin laws.
Yes, sir, she says.
And if they're naval personnel, he says...
I know what the penalty for that would be, sir, she says.
Nods.
Her eyes are cold, though. She doesn't have any sympathy for these bastards.
He nods. He says, well, get to the bottom of it.
Thank you, sir.
Avalon.
Yeah, she salutes.
Yeah.
And since we've been dismissed, heads out.
Yep.
Yes. Salute and head out.
Yep, head outside again.
Yeah.
Well, before we go that way, I'm changing.
Into what? Says Xerxes.
This is no time for an encounter session.
I'm going for a different outfit.
I know.
You silly nutcases.
Well, you are a druid, aren't you? No, wait, that's her.
I think you only get that stuff when you get to be like one of the head druids.
Right.
Of course, if you do start feeling
no, but you have to certainly be more learned than me.
She reaches into Ruavel's bag and takes out another chocolate.
Yeah, he hands it around.
Madrimley will pass this time.
Sorry, what was that, Dawn?
That I'll have one of those.
Yeah, you can tell who the chocolate responders are in real life, right? Because they're going, chocolate? What is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah, me too.
Speaking of which, we gotta get chocolate ice cream by tomorrow.
It's fine, then it's anything for you, pretty much.
Yeah, I noticed that. I like that about her. That's great. She's encouraging Celine to have bad eating habits. It's great.
Yeah.
That's all right. Anyway, carry on. Or do we want to swim? No, let's not. I was thinking, no, we're going to have to because he needs... Okay, back to the barracks.
Okay. Head back to the barracks.
Yep, he'll get into
Yep.
his traveler's outfit instead of his uniform.
Yeah, take a moment to check and make sure we've had no further deposits in our absence.
Yep, I was going to check the same thing to see if anything had been disturbed.
Not
Yep.
apparently.
Well, since I'm rummaging through my dunnage anyway, do I notice anything?
No.
Alright, do
Yeah,
a
I put
quick
on some
change.
fresh clothes too.
Put on some fresh clothes. Okay.
I'm sticking with my uniform.
Hmm.
This might be an officer's mess or something.
Yep.
So, but it's good to have people who are not intending to go in necessarily.
Yeah.
Why show all our strengths, right?
And somebody has to stay out in case something happens so we can go over and form the Navy.
Yes. Yes, I agree completely.
While we're in the barrack, Marvin takes some twigs out of her bag,
Hmm.
and she put one against the back door at a lean.
Okay.
And when we leave the barracks, she puts one against the front door at a lean.
Okay.
Good thinking, she says.
I'm putting on some civilian clothes as well.
Okay. Just lighting my pipe, guys. Give me a second. Okay, so you guys head through the park
Yep.
and find yourself in another neighborhood on the far side of the park. On this street, there's a street that runs parallel to the park, right? And on the far side of it is a number of businesses, one of which being a tavern, and yes, the mug literally looks like a boat.
Huh. Well, clearly that's it, she says.
Right? It's so poorly drawn that you would think that it was a boat with a.
Wow, she says. Okay, just a note here and a reminder to the game master. I don't know if this is intentional. This is not the same area where the people came out before. When they first ran through the park and chased the guys, they ended up at a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is not the same area and that's intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, just double checking, making sure you hadn't forgotten. Sometimes little details like that get lost.
No, I hadn't forgotten that.
All right, in that case, I'm going to march my ass up to the tavern. I assume that the
Okay.
people who are, less conspicuously dressed than myself intend to do other things, so.
Yeah. What are the other people doing?
But what is across the road from the tavern?
The park.
Alright, what is just down the road from the tavern? Is there another eatery or something nearby?
Sure, there's an eatery. There's a small grocer, greengrocer, right, and a butcher, and a smith shop.
Yasma and Crowley are gonna go.
I missed the end of that, Yasma.
We're gonna go in.
Okay.
To which, the eatery or the tavern?
Tavern.
Okay.
Madrimlian's gonna head down to the eatery,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully it's one that serves people on the patio.
Oh yeah.
He'll grab a seat on the patio with his watching the tavern.
Okay.
And Celine says to him as he heads over there, if things go to hell, look for dancing lights, she says.
Avalon.
You don't sir me. We're the same rank. Gives him a shove, you know?
And of course, he did start chuckling.
Yeah, she's grinning too. Yep. All right, she heads in.
Yeah, you guys head into the bar.
And I think it makes sense, by the way, if Crowley's not going to lurk somewhere, for him to go in, because yes, he's kind of conspicuous too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what do we see?
Well, the bar is not that busy at this time of day. And there's only about a half a dozen patrons in it.
Right.
Right? All of them in Navy uniforms. All of them in enlisted uniforms.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this an enlisted bar, she says?
No, this is a private bar, so yeah, you come on in, officers.
Thanks, she says. And we're only barely officers anyway, she says.
And we're only barely sailors.
Fair enough, she says. Alright, I'm looking at my spells. Spells.
Crowley nonchalantly looks at all their boots,
Okay?
looking for lots of dirt and dust and scuff.
Oh, yeah.
No one's gonna notice a cat doing that.
No, probably not.
Not your average.
Go ahead, sorry.
Not your average walking down the street dust, is it?
No. Nope. The streets here, by the way, are paved or grassed. Like, they actually have, like, fortified grass that doesn't fucking go down. You know, doesn't
AstroTurf.
down. Yeah, more or less. Right?
Only it's like actual grass.
But it's actual grass. It's just that the druids have made it fortified so that they can withstand people traipsing over it, and a lot of the streets are made of that. Right? And the ones that aren't are paved. Right?
Well, damn it.
And often paved in, like, really neat cobblestones and stuff. Right,
Trying to take a look about the place and see if there's any dust trails on the floor that are obvious.
You roll perception.
In the meantime...
Hold on a sec.
Sorry.
21. He got 21.
Okay. You do note that two guys sitting over in the corner, both their boots have mud on them. It hasn't rained here in, like, since you guys have been here.
Perfect. Good thinking, Crowley. I wouldn't have had any idea, actually, Blake, to figure that out. Good call. Yeah, in the meantime, she'll be keeping people busy, right? She says, so what do you recommend?
What we got is beer and wines. Is the
beer and wine. Okay.
Spirits, a little bit.
She says, wine? Well, I'm kind of a lightweight, so is the beer or wine better?
I prefer the wine. It's sweeter.
All right, I'll have some wine, please. Thank you.
Yeah. He says, whole or watered.
What kind of wine is it? She says.
Sweet red.
Just a little water then, please. Thank you. Okay.
I'll have the same.
Yeah.
This is a classy place. They asked me if they wanted my wine watered. They didn't just do it.
They charge more for that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yep, you guys get some wines, and Crowley does what?
Crowley's gonna take a look and see if their muddy prints lead to a wall or back room or something.
They lead through the back room. You can see where their muddy footprints left little bits of mud, right, leading from the front area, past the counter, past the kitchen, where the back is to go out to the outhouse. Yeah, goes out that way.
Okay, so it's on the way out to the outhouse is where the trail leads.
Yes.
Okay. Once the girls sit down for their glass of wine,
Mm-hmm.
very quietly,
You cut out after quietly.
let them know what I've figured out.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
One of us needs to outhouse.
I think I need to go to the washroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll see you in a minute, she says casually. She knows she's the distraction.
So Crowley takes a saunter out back to go use
the facility.
and I
Okay.
see where
You can see actually that there is no mud out here. They did not come outside.
Okay, where do the muddy tracks stop?
They stop about halfway down the hallway.
Okay, I'll continue on outside.
Yeah.
And I'll go have a piss.
Okay.
Sand on it, and then I'll go back inside.
You'll which?
I said I'll kick whatever dust or dirt I can onto my piss,
Okay.
and then I'll head back inside.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, in the meantime, I will keep up a steady stream of, babble-headed chatter,
Okay.
right? About, like I'm so excited, my first voyage. I can't wait to see what's out there. And I've heard stories. And she tells the stories that she's heard about stuff that's out in the system, right?
Yeah.
Like about the Rainbow Nebula and stuff like that.
Okay. Rainbow Nebula.
Rainbow Nebula.
Okay.
Yeah. Stuff
I
like
play
that.
along.
Yeah.
Fonzie joins enthusiastically in the talk, just like, responding, go, yeah, really? Is there? Have you seen it yet? I can't wait.
Me
Yep.
neither. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Young kid conversation.
Yep.
Okay. Crowley going to go back to the table
Mm-hmm.
and say, girls, almost done your wine?
Oh, yes, I think I'm finished.
Yeah.
Well, thank
All
you.
right.
What do we
Yeah.
owe you? She says to the
Says Fonzie.
innkeeper.
What was that, Lumpin?
Fonzie just agrees that she is also done. By all means, let us carry on.
Okay. Yeah, he says copper piece apiece for the wines.
Okay, thank you very much. She says, leaves a small tip.
Thank you.
Well, have a great day, guys.
All right.
Yep.
Head out front and turn towards the eatery where Madrimlian is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of motion with my eyes to Madrimlian that we need to go over to the park.
Roll perception check for Dermalian.
Oh, sorry, natural 20 again.
Okay, you notice this.
You're just having a great, nice night, aren't you?
Only on perception.
Well, that makes sense for Madriblian.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Once we got the whole crowd out to the park, kind of away from prying ears,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
notice to fill everybody in.
And what you seen?
I think let everyone in on what I know about the inn. That Madrimlian, I believe, is correct that the mine might be underneath the.
Okay. Well, that's a stroke of luck, she says. Good eyes, Crowley. I missed that entirely, she says.
You're not that tall.
I guess that's true. Plus, I'm not an obligate
I guess
predator.
there are advantages to being Butai.
Pardon me, Von
I guess there are advantages to being only Butai.
He's taller than Bowtie.
Well,
Maybe we should think about talking to the MPs and orchestrating a raid.
My thoughts exactly.
Matter of fact, I believe a small garrison would be a better idea.
Madrimlian is going to turn his traveling gear back into his uniform.
Okay.
I do have a disguise skill, so that's what I'm going to have to use.
Yep.
she
Oh,
says,
and fabricate disguise.
yeah, perhaps you're right. My initial thought was to break in sometime between closing time and morning and see what we could find there, but perhaps that's a much safer way to handle it, she says.
Not nearly as fun, though, says Ravel.
It's smarter, she says.
Well,
Not
with the
nearly as
six
fun,
guys,
Not nearly as fun, no.
with the six guys
I
upstairs, and
agree.
how many
I
guards
agree.
downstairs, might have our hands full and then some.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And this way there'll be enough people to handle people so somebody doesn't have a chance to, pull a thing that caves the mine in and kills all the slaves or something. If we just go on our own, we could risk that.
Smart thinking there, Alva. And by the way, you told me to roll my disguise? You're not going to like it.
Another one?
Another one. I guess I am having a really good night tonight.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's actually Von Vin. Elva is the archer character played by Allison.
Oh, did I say Alva? I meant Von Vin. Sorry.
Yeah, that's alright. Only corrected because I didn't want there to be confusion.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that's a wise thing to do? It probably is.
But it's not as fun.
I generally go with what Crowley thinks.
Crowley, you're with me, right? Not as fun?
He said he thought we should
Not
bring the
near
whole
as
garrison.
fun. Well, you know what? I'm sure there's enough of us that we could take care of it.
That's what I said.
Unfortunately, we don't know exactly how many people there are in on it, because the entire staff could be as well, and that causes more problems.
The entire staff almost certainly
I'm
is.
guaranteeing the staff is in on it.
They're not making money on that wine, put it that way.
Then
Cicely.
you know what I say? 2 MPs
Yeah.
with 10 sets of shackles.
I think the other patrons could potentially be involved too.
Why don't we go and talk to the commander again and see what he has to say? Perhaps he'd
It's a
prefer we
pri-
try to take care of it quietly.
It's a private pub. Let's take care of it quietly. Just maybe bring an MP or two with 10 sets of shackles and we'd be all right.
Von Vin
Yes.
says sourly, I don't think they'll have to bring lots of shackles. I bet we'll find enough.
You're probably right.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, let's get back to the commander, let him know what's going on. See what he has to say, and if he does want us to do this quietly, I might be the best to do it. Along with,
Oh,
Crowley
hell
and...
no. You're not going by yourself and a little handful of... No, that's not what I mean by quietly, she says.
We all go together.
Let's go. Come on.
It's really admirable that you want to
Try
die
not
for
to
your
bring the
country,
tangling down.
says Ruvel, but let's not do it tonight, okay?
I'm
Okay.
sort of opposed
You want
to
to do
doing
that,
that.
you do
Yeah,
it on your own.
What was that, Von Vin?
yeah. I'm sort of opposed to that too. The Navy pays us live and work, not to die.
Yeah.
They might ask us to, but I don't think they have today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're
They'll
incorrect. They pay you
say,
to do as they say, and if die is what they need you to do, die is what you will do. They are the military, after all. If they tell you to go out and fight, you gotta go out and fight.
True, says Ruvel, but that's how you get stronger. That which does not kill us has made us a tactical error.
Yeah, and, well, even if they tell me to die, doesn't mean I'm gonna stay dead.
Clearly you have favors you're going to call in from the gods that I'm unaware of, she says.
Yeah, what do the gods owe you that we don't know about, says Ruvel.
I follow Loki.
You know, Loki just might bring you back from the dead for shits and giggles. I could see that, she says.
Exactly what I mean.
All right, let's go. Come on. Head back to the commander.
Yep. Yeah, Commander is in his office as usual.
Are we reporting back here too frequently, sir?
Not at all, he says. If you have something to report, of course.
We do, she says.
Then, of course, I want to hear it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, she tells him basically what Crowley found out.
Mm-hmm.
No, you said it disappeared in the middle of a hallway, right?
Crowley?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so to me that suggests
Exactly.
probably a trap door or something like that.
Or a hidden compartment.
False wall to a
both
staircase.
walls.
Our intention, sir, is to break in after the inn is closed and investigate more thoroughly.
Okay. I will keep a group of guards on standby, he says.
Thank you, sir. How shall we get a message to them?
He says,
Lafayette?
sure, if we see your owl,
Okay,
we'll come in rushing.
so you got that? She says, scritching her. Atta girl.
She nods her head. Yup, she says. Sounds just like Ruvel.
She looks at Ruvel.
What?
She gives him a long look.
She's a pretty bird, aren't she? Yep, 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 yep.
Okay. Well, in that case, sir, I think perhaps we should get a little sleep.
All right, you're dismissed.
Thank you. Yep. Salutes him, heads out.
Yeah, salute as well.
Back
As
to
soon as
the
we get back to the
barracks.
barracks, as soon as we get back, Benjamin reminds people that we're still on watches for sleep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Check the twig at the door.
Yep.
Yeah, the twigs at the door haven't been moved.
Is it still in place?
Yep.
And the back door once we're inside?
Yeah, it's still in place too.
Well, who would like to take which watch?
I got the first.
Okay.
Wait, I'll take the second.
I'll take the third.
I'll do last.
Just
Okay.
remember, they're only 1 hour watches.
Crowley's gonna sleep at the night.
2-hour watches. 1-hour watch is useless. You just have time
yeah.
to get into the rhythm of watching, and then
Fair enough, so 2 hour watches.
Well, we've got a while anyway before we can expect anything. It's still rather early in the day. Do you guys want to catch some supper before we go to sleep? Or do you want to do that when we, I don't know, between watches or something? I personally
Yeah,
think
it's still early.
Yeah, I personally think we should show up at the meal when we're expected to.
yeah.
I agree.
Well, anybody want to smoke a cigar with me, sis?
Concur.
Rovel?
Sure.
Not in here, we'll find a smoking area.
No, we'll go outside.
You guys go right ahead, she says, but I'll hang out with you while you smoke if you like.
So does Midrimlian.
Yeah.
I'll have a cigar.
Yeah, Yasmani has a cigar. It's a good cigars. They're my dad's best.
So what are you going to do
Yeah,
when you run out of those?
Quit, he says. I don't smoke because I'm addicted to it or anything, he says.
That's what they all say when they start, she says.
It's probably true, but it's the first one I've had since I got on the ship.
That's true. Otherwise, we'd have been doing more latrine duty, she says.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
It's fine.
I was just being a rebel asshole.
Oh no, like I said, he's like that. He'd have found something. Better to get it out of the way.
And you'll notice that we backed you even though we could have reported you.
I know. That's why I'm sorry.
That's what we're supposed to do, she says. We gotta stick together. Otherwise, we won't be able to trust each other if things do get serious, and they're about to, potentially, she says.
Together we stand.
Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you.
Stand, divide, full.
She blushes a little, giggles. She says, that is my job, technically, making sure nothing happens to you, she says.
Midrimlian covers his mouth and gives a little cough.
You coming down with something there, Ensign?
Yeah, a little too much dust in here. We gotta clean.
Yeah, you're right. We should, actually. Let's clean it up before we sleep. They'll expect us to. We don't want to draw attention.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep, clean it up once they're done smoking.
Yeah. As if on
Note for the
cue.
DM.
What's that?
Note for the DM. The reason Midrimlian did that was because he was trying to hide his smirk.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
We know. It's cool.
As if on cue, Lieutenant Goldenbow walks in just as you guys are finishing cleaning up.
Sir, she says.
He looks disdainfully at the lot of you. Don't you guys have as nice as you're supposed to be?
We're on night watch tonight, sir.
Why aren't you sleeping?
Well, this place was filthy, sir, and we figured we needed to clean it up, make it shipshape, she says.
Still looks like a dump.
Should we do it again, sir?
No, you should get to sleep.
Avalon, she says.
Avalon.
Yeah, he heads out.
Avalon.
Avalon.
Crowley fingers him on the way out.
So does Bruvel.
Celine bites her tongue hard to prevent herself from snorting or laughing.
That's okay. Madromlian's making a face at him. For all of 3 seconds.
Yeah, wait for him to get good and gone and then set up for our watches.
Yep. What a dick, says Bruvel.
One
We got 5 more years with him. You'll get used to him.
Sorry, Von Vin?
You know, she said, I am certain that the lieutenant does not realize that Lafleur is as smart as she is. It would be a crying shame if she had a bout of incontinence when he went near her.
Yeah, she just chuckles. Sounds like Celine's laugh.
Pretty bird, she says.
I can see her landing on his shoulder.
Oh no. He's awful. He might hit her.
And I
What is he doing here anyway? Shouldn't he be on the ship? Nobody was being given shore leave last I checked.
Yeah. Maybe he's up to
Like it has something to do with his father?
I wonder, she says.
Yeah, that's what crossed my mind. After all, the diamond shipment has been obviously intercepted.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he went down to figure out what was going on.
It's a good thing he's only a lieutenant, not a lieutenant commander.
Yes.
Look, Dane was fact that we were here and he didn't expect us to be.
They're cutting it out.
Yeah, you cut right out there.
I said maybe the look of disdain was because he didn't expect us to still be here. He expected us to be in the brig.
Good point.
Yeah, that's possible.
And he could be coming down to collect his ships.
To be elsewhere.
Or he thought he was coming down to collect the ship's wayward middies.
No, he just got no
Did
authority.
note he even inquired what our schedule was.
Yes, he did, didn't he? Perhaps my excuse wasn't the best, she says. I just said the first thing that came to my mind. I didn't want to...
Yeah, lies are always best coached in truth. Says, Ravel, trust me, I lie a lot.
Okay, good to know.
We are on the night watch, just not the watch for this base.
The point is, he might be looking for us on the night watch. And might sound an alarm.
Or planning to take advantage of our absence.
We're wanting to which?
Take advantage of our absence.
Take advantage of our absence. Yeah, I suspect that's true, she says.
Always go to Oakhart, see if he can't somehow pull a string to have him tied up doing something elsewhere.
That's a good idea, she says. Okay, we've already conspicuously went to Oakhart's office 3 times today. She says, I don't think
Well,
we can
I can
afford
do it if all of you guys stay here. No one's gonna pay no mind to me. I'm not a crew member.
Okay, I think you're right, Crowley. If you wouldn't mind doing that for us, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Problem.
No
So I
problem.
go get that done.
Okay, you head out. Bird goes bah and follows him.
Thank you, she says. Good thinking.
She's remembering our rules. No one goes alone.
You still broadcasting? Word.
8:30, half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yes, Crowley, you go to see Lieutenant Commander Oakhart.
Yes.
Yeah, you head in there. He says, "What can I do for you, Crowley?"
Well, have a bit of a situation.
Bit of a situation.
Yeah, the fact that someone who really has no business being barracks coming and checking in on us and finding the schedule was.
Who was that?
Can't remember his name.
Lieutenant Numalor Goldenbow.
Lieutenant Goldenbow.
Lieutenant
Is there any?
Goldenbow. What the hell is he
There
doing?
any? There any possibility of having him tied up doing something in a meeting? Something.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have him tied up, all right. I don't know what he's doing here.
Excellent.
He didn't report to me, and this is my base. He says, "On your way out, would you send in my secretary, please?"
You guys say it is Latin?
Pardon?
That I believe you guys say it Ablan, and I'll take off.
Yeah. Yeah, send in a secretary. You hear him sending out the MPs to collect.
Oh,
Lieutenant
jeez.
Goldenbow.
Technically, he's AWOL from the ship.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's AWOL from somewhere because you didn't report to him.
Oh, we are in such shit.
Yeah, but we were obviously getting ready for bed, and none of us have.
Lost you there, Rowan.
What?
Hopefully, he doesn't actually suspect us because we were getting ready for bed, and I don't think he pays Crowley any attention.
Yeah.
Most people don't give Crowley any attention. Give it.
That's true.
Seems strange to me. I mean, you're a cat, but you walk around in clothing. I would ask you. That's why I noticed you guys in the market square. People are oblivious, I guess.
I'm eccentric and dress my cat.
People see what they want to see.
Good point. Okay, well, I'm actually going to get some sleep because we do have a lot of work ahead of us tonight. Thanks for that, Crowley. We are in such shit, though. I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah.
He's going to assume it was us, even if it wasn't. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Cheers to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys sleep for a while and watch for a while, and
Make sure to show up for our designated meal at the dog watches.
mm-hmm.
Anything happen there that's untoward?
Nope, he's not there.
Right. Nobody says anything to us. Nobody's giving
Nope.
us sideways glances this time.
Nope.
All right, just eat.
Yeah. You do get the feeling like people might be talking about you in the mess hall.
Right.
Do I catch any snippets of the conversations?
Nothing more than a word here or there in any conversation, but you hear Winter Mist, you hear Bonvin.
Any way to piece it all together? And figure out what they're talking about?
No. The general gist that you think, alright? Actually, roll me linguistics. Anybody who would like to?
Okay.
I'm going to use my lip reading thing as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your lip reading spell?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, hey, where's linguistics?
It's under language. It's under skills.
No, it's not.
It means don't have a score.
Okay, well, fine then. I do have a spell that lets me understand any language. Is that relevant?
No.
Okay, then I'm not going to even bother. I'll trust people who are more professional than me to do the job.
27.
Well, the general gist you understand is they're trying to identify who you people are. Yeah.
So is like everybody in on the
Oh no, it's not that common.
Sure seems
No, it's the fact that we seem to be singled out by the Lieutenant Commander
we
given
are-
special duties.
Well, maybe you don't know. It's yeah. You guys sort of stand out in a crowd. There usually ain't 7 middies.
Yeah, we're kind
together.
of a motley looking crew.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, feeling my ears burning. It's a lot of ear. I'm an elf.
Mm-hmm.
I head back to the barracks, I guess, after eating.
Yep, head back to the barracks.
Okay.
Double check our shit one more time, or unless Von Vin left twigs again.
Ellie was
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I figured she would.
Okay, Crowley was.
Crowley stayed there to sleep.
Ah, okay. No problems?
Mm-hmm. No, nobody's been in your stuff. That you can tell.
Wee.
Ooh.
Okay, get some more sleep. I'm in the Navy. I sleep when I can.
Yep.
Now that we're back in the barracks, Madrillian let him know exactly what he figured out. It's just we're too many middies in a group. They're trying to figure out who we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, we do stand out, let's be honest here. It is a lot of middies in one group, and nobody really knows why we're here.
And we've been singled out for special services to the lieutenant commander.
Yep, that's also obviously true.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, it could be nothing or it could be important. I find myself wondering what happened with Lieutenant Goldenback.
Oh,
That's not
I'm
our
betting
problem.
that the commander was having words.
I'm sure that's true. I just want to know if we have to avoid him or not. But I'm not sure how to get that information in a way that would be inconspicuous. At this point, even if you went Crowley, it would be noticed, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's just Ruavelle. I agree with Celine. Going back to see the commander at this point is not. What's that, Bonvin?
Later, maybe one of us could ask his secretary.
Yeah.
On the fly. Catch her on her lunch break out at the market or something.
Good idea, she says.
That'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, but she might not be done eating yet. I mean, we just came. Well, no, she'll have left about the same time we did, I imagine. Which means she's probably in her personal barracks or something.
We don't have to know tonight. We can always catch her tomorrow.
I do kind of want to know tonight because I want to know if we need to watch out for him when we leave our barracks and go hunting, she says. No, but you're right. I can't figure out a way to do that, so just keep an eye out. I'm getting some sleep, she says.
Yep.
Likewise, it's my turn to sleep.
Oh,
I'll
that's right.
out that the commander is a druid. And druids are known to be friendly to feathered individuals who fly around at night.
That's quite true, she says.
Unfortunately, we don't want the guards to be bursting in while we're not there yet.
No, they're not going to be there yet.
What Von Vin is thinking is perhaps I should ask Lafathere to go and talk to the commander, she says. How about it? Would you be willing to do that for me? Beautiful
She
bird.
nods her head.
Yes.
Well, bobs her head.
Scritches her.
Yep. Oh, what a pretty bird she is, says Ruavelle to her.
Yes, what a pretty bird. Thank you, she says.
And a fine bird.
Yes.
Yes. Very noble bird.
I'm going to bed.
It's my watch anyway, you're right. Okay.
Okay.
Off you go then, she says.
She takes off.
Some sleep.
Yep, I will sit my watch and wait for Lafathere's report. I don't know how I'm going to get this information. Maybe Von Vin can help me, but either way, I don't know how many words she has.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to put it up. We're about 15 minutes early, but before we get started on the next scene, basically. Is that okay with everyone?
Makes sense. We don't want to go overtime.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It is a little early, but yes, we can. This seems a logical place to break it up.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks, guys. That was fun.
As always, have a good night.
Yep, we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat place.
Toy Soldiers Old School is game mastered by Aaron Ree, based on the Toy Soldiers Saga universe created by Diane Morrison. Audio is provided by TeamSpeak, sound effects and ambience provided by Sirenscape, and you finally got to hear that tonight. Music provided by White Sand. Check out his Patreon at patreon.com/whitesand. I think he's a really awesome composer. Mapping software provided by Campaign Cartographer 3 Plus and World Spinner, with adaptations in Adobe Photoshop. Gaming software provided by Fantasy Grounds, Hero Lab, and World Anvil. Check out our campaign at www.worldanvil.com/w/Toy Soldier Saga. Distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution license, the Toy Soldier Saga is copyright 1995 by Diane Morrison, all rights reserved. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the follow, Wither King. Glad to have you aboard. And we will see you next week.